Hello and welcome to TotoTCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Lorcana Reign of Jafar video. It is not an opening video, but it is the sort of finishing off mile for Reign of Jafar. We are going to be checking out the connecting artworks as well as all of those lovely little not code cards. We're not talking about another game, but we're talking about those little inserts just right at the back. And this one's probably the most we've ever had, and it's going to be quite hefty for people to collect, but I think it's going to be a bit of fun. So, what have we got? Well, of course, we have got, like I said, connecting artworks. We've also got our binder here. Now, the reason for the binder is just to show you the whole sort of collection. Not my collection, but in particularly from this set. So you can see we've got Arcadia's Island over this side here, giving you the connecting artwork. I've also popped in a couple of our foil legendaries. Managed to get another legendary Ratigan during the draft, so I've got two foils of those, hence the orange and green. We ran out of orange sleeves because I've been sleeving them up in here, and yeah, we've run out. Anyway, enough of these. You can see all of the ones we've got here. Unfortunately, no Lilo or Stitch just yet, but it might happen. You never know. Anyway, let's flick through these here because we actually have all of these lined up here. Now, you're probably going to be thinking, Matthew, I can't read any of these. Don't worry. Just to show you how many there are in total, because these have all been put in here, and then we're actually going to do the thing where we go with all of these because we've got a nice little Jafar picture going on here, and that was a nice sound effect. Anyway, we've got a couple of little odd ones as well, which we have noticed every now and again. So we've got that hourglass one with Iago there, watching that. Now, I thought there was two of these. I thought there was one where the sand had come all the way through, and there was one at the top. Doesn't look as if there was. We've got this little like grey, almost like statue thing. When you see the next bit, you'll kind of understand what this is. It just looks like a snake head at the moment. We've got on these two pages at least, we've got 1 to 16 of the different stories, which I'll do a little flick through so you can see all of those, which obviously feature Jafar at the bottom of them. And then if I flick over to this one, you can see the remainder of this, giving us 17 to 19, so there's only 19 pieces, and then another one of these, but it's lit up like a lantern or a light, that sort of thing. One of the connecting artworks as well is this 9-piece here, which shows the sort of castle going on here. There's so many scarabs flying around here, but it's nice because you can sort of see a few different characters in here. We've got like Aladdin and Jasmine down here. Of course, we've got the palace guards, or Razul maybe is down here as well. I know there's like palace guard and Razul. They look kind of similar, but we've also got Jafar, of course, down there. Massive castle, loads of scarabs. Genie is in a bottle up here, and we've got Archimedes over on the left-hand side here. So this makes up our one picture right here of this one. And then also, if that wasn't enough, we've also got another picture that forms, and that is of a bigger Jafar. And that I really do like this one. I like the fact that pretty much every single one has got a character in it as well. So we've got like a massive scarab, we've got a prince guard or Razul, we've got, what's his name, Iago, we've got Basil, Pinocchio, Archimedes, Pluto, that I think is a Luminia, and then that looks like Aladdin. So this makes up the whole picture there, but I like how obviously Aladdin gets all the colour there. It makes it look really awesome, to be fair. So there is a lot of pieces to collect from these puzzles. So you've got like the whole thing here, so there's 18 on that one. Then you've got 19, 20, 21, 22. So there's 22 there. And then we've also got 18 more. So there's 40 different cards to get. There's 40 different cards to collect. Can be quite difficult, but then again, if you do have a lot of them, then you're able to trade for the ones that you don't have. Let's be honest, I don't think anyone's going to be selling these. A lot of people will be throwing them out as their opening packs. So if you're at your locals, you'll probably be able to ask people just to donate a couple of these to finish off this collection. But yeah, just wanted to show off what the artworks look like there once it's all completed in our binder. In addition to that, let's have a little up-close look at all of this because we obviously want to go through the whole story here. So let's see if this will... There we go, lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly go through these. And if you want to have a pause, have a little read of what it says, just to get all the lore from everything. then that will be fine. And then we'll give this a bit of a special as well to show off the full artwork effect of that Jafar. Number 9, number 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, giving the full lore. So once you have got them in order, and if I put them back into this order then of course you can do something nice with this one. So if you hold them sort of near the top, I'm going to have to try and do this on camera very well. Here we go. We're going to bend all of these, but there we go. Like that. So you've got that magic star sort of thing, and then Iago sort of gets launched off. So he's on his shoulder, and then whoosh, he's gone. So you can just keep on doing that as best you can. And that gives you the little storybook. So, and then you're left with these. So if you can get another, but with a little bit of persuasion, that'll probably go back to usual. But these are the spare ones. They're not from that binder. So what does that matter? What does that matter? Especially if I'm going to carry on doing it, they're going to definitely be, you know, bent. They're not the actual cards from the set, so that's good. And then, you know, when you're looking at this, obviously every single back is the same. So looking at it from the back, you haven't got any clue. It's not until you get to the front here. But yeah, it's a hefty amount, 40 cards in total to get all of these. But I mean, if you're like myself and you've opened a fair amount, then this is an absolute piece of cake. But if you have got spares, probably not these, but if you have got spares, then at least you can give these out and help others that want to finish them off. So, speaking of finishing off, let's have a little look at some of these cards. Now, I haven't got the hollow versions of these, but I'm also including another sort of honourable mention that probably didn't get any attention, but it definitely looks like it should be a connecting artwork. Anyway, let's start off. We have, of course, got the ducks. Now I'm going to try and get all of this lined up correctly. Let's see if we can zoom that in. So we've got our Louie, we've got our Dewey, and we've got our Huey as well, which when you look at that, you can definitely tell this is the same sort of place, and you can tell with all of these little snake heads and everything that they are connecting very easily. So what would happen with the actual hollows is that this one would have this bit cut off, Dewey would have this bit cut off, which we've got both of these, but we unfortunately didn't get a Huey. Otherwise I would have done the whole thing here with all of them, and I think it definitely works. I think it would probably be quite odd if you kept opening packs and you kept coming across these as the normal cards. But then again, I don't know. I kind of think, you know you're not going to get an enchanted halfway through. One of these is a common, two are uncommon, so you take that as you go. But a pretty cool, interesting artwork there with the 3 ducks. Additionally, we also have some additional stuff. So let's see if we can get this in frame. We've got the 2 crocodiles here, so we've got Nero and Brutus as well, and if I pop these together, we did manage to get both of these foil. They are in the box, but with some little extra bulk. These should be quite easy ones to get because they're both commons, and who knows, you might actually get them in the same pack. I don't think we ever did, unless we got one as a common and then one as the hollow, but yeah. Pretty cool. They both have the same little like indentation text here of Fearsome Crocodile, but you've got Brutus and Nero there. They obviously match up quite nicely in the little water area. And then my sort of honourable mention that didn't really get any sort of attention with a foil, I definitely think it is. If I put these two together, Tipo and Chaca, I think you can easily see where the connection is right here. They're definitely together. And I just think that was a missed opportunity, potentially, because we've got the string going down here on the pulley, and it's going up here to lift Tipo away from the spikes. Everything matches in terms of the brickwork and everything, So that for me is definitely an honourable mention. As far as I'm aware, I think I did get both of these hollow, or at least the foil version, and they weren't... You can definitely tell if I put them like that, there's not really a connection, but then again, probably if I was to have that little middle piece, it would make sense with the string, which is why I kind of leave it like that, because then you can definitely see a sort of string there. But even the brickwork matches as well, so honourable mention there. Definitely think there's reprints coming. No, there's not, but it's definitely worth it. I think it's definitely something that when I was drafting with these two in particular, I was like, hold on, these go together, what's going on? But yeah, there we go. There is our other one. So yeah, that means we had 3 connecting artworks. I thought there was a 4th as well. There was the 2 chipmunks as well. I honestly thought they went together, but it seems like it was like a bit of a story almost, where one is doing one thing, one is still in the same place, but one is like pulling a string, similar to this, but then the other one's falling from a chandelier. And they look similar because of the chandelier and the light and the fire on the chandelier. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one. But yeah, overall, a very interesting set here. Nothing where it's actually taken anything from this set to help with the previous set. It was kind of like what happened with the Steamboat Mickey. I quite like that one because you have to go back to set 1 to get that other piece. But who knows what we will get in our next sets. Of course, we're going to be up in the ante with a couple more rarities, going into Fabled, which I think is in August, I think, maybe. But yeah, we've got that to look forward to very, very soon. I'll be looking forward to those leaks of everything, seeing what we're going to get and everything. But yeah, let me know, how do you find all of this as well with the 40 cards to collect here? I think this is pretty cool. I think it definitely helps me sort of not look at all of these cards as bulk. I kind of want to collect this because I've got the lore, I've got the little flip book, I've also got a few other bits and pieces as well in terms of the connecting artworks, and those little extra bits as well, almost like tokens, are just a nice little extra. But yeah, there we go. I will leave it here for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. We'll be back very soon, hopefully, with some more Lorcana stuff, of course, with Fabled. But until then, I'll leave it here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video on the channel.